There's a ton of terrible financial advice out there. Now, I'm not saying you should listen to me, but I am a certified financial planner. And just hold on, that's not why you should listen to me. How many doctors would you never let touch your body? A lot of you are thinking, yeah, a good amount of doctors. Just because someone's an MD does not mean you should let them perform surgery, let alone have a consultation. Now, I am a CFP, certified financial planner, and that does not mean you should listen to a word I say. A CFP, those are some nice letters behind my name. The reality is I went and I got this certification, CFP, along so many other people that I would never let manage a dime of my money. So ultimately you have to go, wow, does this resonate with me? What I'm doing in today's video is breaking down some of the worst financial advice that I have seen, both on the retirement side, but just general financial side, so that hopefully you listen, you're entertained, and go, wow, yeah, that's something I'm not going to worry about. My name is Ari. I am, as I said, a CFP, certified financial planner, and I'm the host of the Early Retirement Podcast. Finally, I am the Chief Growth Officer at Root Financial. Let's hop in.
Here's how you can avoid 100% of your income taxes every single year.
He just said, here's how you can avoid 100% of your income taxes every single year. You know, another way to make sure you never retire, just work forever. That's not the goal of life. We always say the sign of a good financial plan is a life well lived, and too many people over-optimize. Now, my nickname at our firm is Optimize. They make fun of me. We know Ari's weekend wasn't fine. It was optimized, which I'm used to by now. But in all seriousness, yes, you can avoid 100% of income taxes. Make no money. Now, there are things you can do. I'm not talking about schemes overseas or any of that today. What I want to make sure you do is that you look at your life and go, wow, what is the life I want to build? What resonates with you? Let me tell you why I'm not a life coach and what I really mean by that. So there are a lot of people that do what's called travel hacking. You get a credit card, you get those points, and you use that, and you pay off the other card. I'm never going to talk about that stuff. It does not light me up. I would rather go work and make more money than have to look into which credit card I need to cancel by a certain time to get a point, to get a potential upgrade, so I have a footrest. That is just not my thing. I want you to work hard so that you can travel and enjoy your early retirement. I just want you to know when is work truly optional. Now, some of you love the game. Some of you are like, well, I have saved and invested a good amount, and by me being frugal, that's why I'm in a good spot. So I'm saying good job to those of you who are in that spot. But don't listen to some of this advice out there, please, and think, wow, I can do this overnight, or this is going to be really easy. If it is too good to be true, normally that is the case. What I want to talk about is, okay, how can you avoid 100% of income taxes? Look, there's really not a ton of ways to do that unless you don't mind what's called ROH. H stands for hassle. A lot of people love real estate. Real estate has significant benefits. I like the benefits of real estate, but there's a hassle that comes along with it. A hassle in terms of, what if the roof's leaking? What if, my parents, they own real estate. I was playing soccer. Hey, can you go over and help? The roof was leaking. Then I missed my game. It's something that is always in the back of your head. And especially as you're getting to an early retirement, if you're traveling a lot, which is what a lot of our clients enjoy doing, the last thing you want to think about is, oh, my property manager just quit, so now I'm going to have to hire someone. And, oh, it turns out that the wash machine's not working. The tenant didn't pay last month. Is it worth the hassle? Now, sometimes it is. Sometimes you're like, I'm getting a 20, 30% return on my cash flow. This is insane. Okay, well then you might go, it's worth it. But ask yourself, what are you trying to do? Personally, I want to spend as much time as possible on my business, which is going to make me the most money over the long term. But I also want to make sure that I'm spending time with my family. And if I tried to do everything and said, I'm going to spend all my time on business, I might make great money, but I also might not have any relationship. If I tried to only spend my time with my partner, that'd be awesome, and I'd have a lot of fun doing it, but I wouldn't be able to support us in any capacity. So obviously there's a balance there. Hopefully you resonate with some more of these clips.
Your biggest expense in New York City is going to be food. And I got a way you can eat for free the best food. You're going to love it. What you do, you stand in front of a nice building. People that work at nice buildings eat food. They order it, delivery guys. And you act like you're on your phone. Hey, you say a bunch of big numbers. I want the compound interest dividends. And when you see these delivery guys pull up, you give them that sign. And interest on it.
Okay, now that's pretty funny, but don't do that. That is not how you're going to buy the most food. Well, you can see he didn't buy any of the food. He was just faking it. And some of these videos are funny. Like, that's why we're watching it. I saw another video that was really funny recently, but it had no relation to this, just about how, you know how they say everything nowadays, there's always a microplastic. It's like, well, don't have an apple unless you wash it. But where did the apple come from? And the sticker had something in it which makes the apple poisonous. And so then these people are making fun of him by just saying, what am I supposed to do? Like, am I supposed to eat nothing? Like, there's always an issue. So this is obviously poking fun at this. I think personally, as a financial advisor, when I watch these, I laugh because I go, look, that's pretty funny. I don't think it's funny that he's stealing people's lunches, but I think it's funny that he's trying to just make light of, wow, New York costs a lot. Food is a significant expense.
I know I just got a Tacoma, but I figured out a way to skip 3 months of payments.
So that should be your first red flag. Skip is one of those trigger words. Skip, never, always, guarantee. Pretend someone said, hey, I'm going to guarantee that you're going to have surgery and you'll be okay. It might sound nice to hear, but they can't guarantee anything. They can do their best, but I would personally be skeptical. And the reason for that is no one can guarantee me anything. If they say, hey, I'm going to do my best, I'm telling you, we've had thousands of clients. They've all felt great after the surgery. I think it perfectly applies to what you're looking for. If I'm you, I would do it, but of course, that's your call. What would you like? That would make me feel way more comfortable than if someone said, I guarantee you're going to be better than you've ever been on the pitch. I know you're only 5'5". I'm a soccer player, by the way. I know you're only 5'5", but you're going to be 6'8" right after the surgery. It's going to take about 10 minutes. I guarantee it. Obviously, I'd have the red flags going off. Let's see what else he has to say.
This was a thing. I didn't even know this was possible, but look here. I just got this in the mail. It says updated payment information. Skip up to 3 payments. In the letter, it basically says that I could refinance my loan somehow, which means buying it again. I don't know. But it did say I could skip 3 payments, so I might have to do it. Now, instead of having 22%, they are offering me 18%.
So here's a perfect example of what in the financial industry we call anchoring. He's thinking, wow, I just got a good deal, 22 to 18%. Now you're watching this probably laughing, hey, how ridiculous this guy. He's trying to skip payments. Not only is it unethical, he thinks he doesn't even know what he just read. He literally didn't open the mail. So I'm laughing going, how could he even really know the terms? He just saw a lower number than the previous number and went, that's good, that's lower. So I am laughing because he doesn't even really know what he's doing. Now, do you really want to get into a situation where you have missed those payments? No. But the reality is a lot of people are in tough financial positions. So what you have to do is make the best of what you can. And what you can do is you cannot buy a car that you cannot afford. So generally speaking, what I'll say to my client is if you want to buy a car and you want to finance it, awesome. If you want to finance it at 5% interest because you would rather invest the rest and try to make 8, 9, 10%, what historically the S&P 500 has done, then be my guest. But I would hope that you have the funds where if you wanted to go pay off that car in full, you have the means to do so. So that is my gut check. Does this person have the money to buy this car in full? No, he probably shouldn't buy it. Now we'll do one more. This one I think you're going to like.
Alright, so I went all in on GameStop. I threw $6,000 and I bought it at an average price of $58. Right now I'm down $700, but I'm not worried. Back in 2020, if you're new here, GameStop price went through the same.
There is significant risk to concentration and there's significant fun, and I'm going to address both of those sides. My dad personally owns a lot of Monster Energy stock. He worked there for a long time. He loves it. He feels connected to the company. If I told my dad he had to sell all Monster stock, he would cry, probably shoot himself in the foot, because the thought of it going up and not having that vested interest would just crush him. But I said, Dad, do you want one stock to dictate how many surf trips you take in retirement? He's like, no way. So there's that fine balance where I often recommend if you want to see significant gains, that's because you're a human and there's really nothing wrong with that innately. But don't have so much that if it doesn't do well, it throws off your portfolio. I'll generally say around 5% of your net worth, and I'll often, depending on what that significant net worth is, if it's significant or not, I'll tailor that a little bit, obviously. But 5% is a rule of thumb. If you want to use that for fun money, knowing there's a very good chance it goes to zero, that's totally cool. Because it's allowing you, it's an actual mental strategy to make sure that another 95% you don't touch at all. You go, I'm going to go have fun with this 5%, and I'm going to see what happens. And it allows you to kind of scratch that itch of, hey, I want to see if I can make a lot of money, which I think a lot of advisors say, oh no, don't do that, just diversify. I personally do this. I diversify with the majority of my money, and I am a firm believer that will make me more money than any single stock, because I know how markets work. I understand them. I am doing it because it's fun to see, wow, what if this one stock, this one company I've been following does really well? I am a complete diversified investor. I believe in doing things the proper way. What I don't believe in is simply going, okay, well, I'm just gonna have everything diverse, but maybe I'll use a little bit. And, I found this one stock, and then what happens is you start to sell off a lot of your diversified portfolio. And next thing you know, 40-50% of it is in one stock. And if it doesn't do well, that really throws off your primary goals. Nobody loves monster stock. Nobody loves Nvidia. People love what it can do for them, which is it creates a life of potential financial freedom, takes them out of debt, allows them to buy things that they otherwise couldn't have. So it's all about, how do we use money as a means to an end? And once again, everything that I talk about on my channel is specific for an early retirement. So tax strategy and estate planning, withdrawals and insurance. Today's video is a little bit more on the entertaining, fun side. Hopefully you got to see some characters there. And we always want to make sure, I said it twice, which means it's important. Please consult with a financial preparer, a CPA, a financial advisor, a professional who can help guide you in a way where they have experience working with people like you, and the advice that they're giving is certainly prudent to your situation. That's it for this video. See you guys next time.